Welcome back into If You Don't Like That for Kings basketball. I'm Ryan in Sacktown. The Kings are in Dallas tonight, looking to make it 2 in a row, coming off arguably one of their biggest wins of the season. And if you've been living under a rock, how about Luka Doncic? Luka, are you kidding me? 73 points last night. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing for the Kings tonight? We will get into that and more right here on the Kings and Mavs pregame show on If You Don't Like That.
3, 2, 1, go.
Sacramento miscue. Carter, stolen by Williams. And look at this. Oh, you don't like that. You don't like NBA basketball. Fox, goodbye. Oh, if you don't like that. You don't like NBA basketball. The exclamation point from De'Aaron Fox. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
Boy, that's an ESPN highlight right there. Whoa. Carlson comes in. How about this? Holy moly, Jim Bob Foley. That is a major league smush.
Hey, Ryan in Sacktown back here with you on If You Don't Like That. Kings-Mavs getting ready to tip off in Dallas here in a few minutes. MC, appreciate it. Everybody, throw that thumbs up if you like what you see here on If You Don't Like That. We appreciate it. MC, you know I appreciate you very, very much, my friend. Holy moly. Yes, indeed. Alberto, what's up, man? Yeah, I've got my take on that tonight. He's coming off 73 last night. You guys think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the Kings tonight? We will talk about that here in a little bit, but the tail of the tape for you, here you go. Kings-Mavs. Mavs coming off of a back-to-back. Second night of a back-to-back tonight. Luka will play. That was up in the air. He was listed as questionable at one point. Kyrie Irving looking doubtful right now. That may have updated since we came on the air. Powell also out for the Mavericks. Coming off the back-to-back, a win actually in Atlanta last night. High-scoring game in Atlanta, by the way. And a game, the Mavericks, I believe, final score 149-145, I want to say, off the top of my head. But a game where the Mavs had to play their guys big minutes. So what's that mean for the Kings? This one's setting up very similar to the first matchup in Dallas between these two teams, where the Dallas Mavericks were coming off of a back-to-back against the Milwaukee Bucks. Really, really nasty back-to-back against Milwaukee. And the Kings played great basketball. So we'll see if they can do the same thing tonight. Yeah, that's MC. That is David. It is. That is the real MC in the house. So yeah, let's get to your guys' comments. A lot going on in the sports world tonight. A lot of basketball earlier today. How about the New York Knicks playing great basketball? 6 in a row, I believe they make it now. OG Anunoby fitting in really nice in New York. Jalen Brunson just doing it all. And Julius Randle looking for an update to see how that comes out. But then right now, game you got going on, Denver and the 76ers without Embiid. Jay, what's up, man? Welcome to the pregame show. And by the way, everybody, Jerry Reynolds right here at halftime on If You Don't Like That. So make sure you come on back for that. The upstick in output from Barnes and Herter is encouraging, the uptick, excuse me. Yeah, it is very much so. In fact, the Kings now have 4 guys in double digits in the starting lineup. Can you believe that? I mean, we talked about so long the inconsistency with this Kings starting unit, but this is kind of the surprise to me. We've talked Malik Monk and how important he's been to this Kings team this year. He's averaging 14.8 a game quietly. Keegan Murray, 16 points a game. Where did that come from? But yeah, Harrison, 11.7 and Kevin at 10.5 a game. So in fact, that puts all 5 in starting or in double digits, I should say. So anyways, what I want to get to is kind of just a basic take about tonight. And I want to get some more of your comments too in here. So get your, really? You think the beer is powerful? Interesting. I get a lot of comments on the beard. Usually, good, bad, so. Jason, it will be interesting to see if Barnes and Herter are going to be kept together or traded. Yeah. Good question. Could that have been a big reason for the miscommunications with this Kings team and a bunch of guys waiting to be shipped out? And by a bunch of guys, I mean a bunch of guys in your starting lineup, right? Sabonis probably has a good idea. He's not going anywhere, right? Fox not going anywhere, but Murray seems to be the one, right? That everybody was like, is he untouchable? Is he not? But then you got Barnes. Then you've got Herter. They've both been on the market for a while. It's been no secret. And I just think they went through a lull. They went through a thing. It was a set of bad circumstances. And through it all, although the record doesn't necessarily show it on that road trip, the Kings actually have not played terrible basketball. And they're off to a 1-0 start on this road trip, beating Golden State in their last outing in a game against Golden State. You want to talk about fun basketball? The Kings bring that basketball to Dallas tonight. Watch the hell out. This won't even be a game. So we will see. Max, what's up, man? Let's get this win tonight. Yes, indeed. And if that's my man, Max, that I think it is, Max is going to be having some big news here on the show coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're excited to bring Max on as a sponsor in his business. So that will be a lot of fun. Look for that in the chat. So, what I wanted to get to is this is one of those games for Sacramento. You get no Kyrie, right? You get a Dallas team last night that had to travel from Atlanta. Starters played fairly heavy minutes. If we want to go through the minutes, we can. I mean, Luka, again, let's talk about this. Let's get this out of the way, right? Because I'm going to make my take like 2 sentences on Luka and the Kings today. Luka is either going to have 73 again, or the Kings are going to run this Mavs team off the court, and Luka's going to have a tough night. I don't think it's going to be anything in between. So that decision largely is up to the Kings and how they come out and guard the Mavericks tonight. But getting back to minutes, Luka plays 45 minutes last night, 35 for Green. Lively. He gets 28-18 for Jones Jr., 28. Jones, we're still waiting on an update for him. He may not be in tonight. We'll see. 28 minutes from Williams as well last night. Grant Williams, he changes a little bit for this Dallas team, but Tim Hardaway Jr., 32 minutes off the bench. That's where they are going to look tonight. Also, Dante Exum. And the 3-point shooting last night, can Dallas replicate that? And can Luka, and the reason I give you my take on Luka, that he's going to have 73 again tonight, or he's going to have a really quiet night, is his numbers. This guy's either in an ultimate zone where the hoop is twice as big, 25, listen to this, 25 of 33 last night. 25 of 33. Think about how efficient that is, especially for somebody like Luka. And I know Grant in the last pregame show talked about some troubles with Luka, and, maybe he might not be the easiest guy to coach per some reports that have come out since he's been in the league. And obviously we all see the bickering with the referees that happens with Luka, but 25 of 33 from the field, 8 of 13 from the 3-point line, 15 of 16 from the free throw line. Something your Kings have been doing better, but 15 of 16. Heck of a game. 10 rebounds, 7 assists for Luka last night. So that's why I say big game, no game. That's what it's going to be. Yes, he is always talking about the officials. Indeed, MC getting back in ain't going away like our expectations of this team. Yeah, no doubt. And I know I'm jumping around with some of the messages. You guys got your show going on within the show, but yeah, the Kings, let's keep your expectations wherever they are. This team's still in good position. Trade targets, we all know the Kings looking to maybe make a move, maybe not make a move. But tonight they focus on the 25-20 Dallas Mavericks. The Kings headed into Dallas on the second night of a back-to-back. Sasha Vezenkov for the Kings still listed as, or maybe actually updated now, but last check, he was questionable for the Kings with that ankle injury. I would be very surprised if Sasha plays tonight. If you guys have any updates, throw those in the chat. Been a while since watching from Manila. Thank you, Carl. Thank you for coming back, my friend. Happy to have you. Thanks for giving us a second chance. Hello. And Serbia says hello too, Paul. Baki, what's up, my man? Happy to have you here. Edward, what's up? Welcome to the party, my friend. I want to see the Kings play fast and constantly attack the Mavs tonight, especially Fox going to the cup. It's the Kings' advantage tonight. That is exactly what the Kings need to do tonight with a Dallas team. Oh, all right, let's get the check-ins going. South Korea. We've got Serbia, South Korea. We've got Manila. Hey, you got Galt, check in. Come on, Galt. I'm good with that. Roseville's usually in here. Elk Grove. You know what? Elk Grove. I'll check in for Elk Grove. There we go. Portland, Oregon. There you go. See, now we get the check-ins. But yeah, it's what the game's going to come down to. The Kings got off to a very hot start the last time they played the Dallas Mavericks. In Dallas, very notable matchup for the Kings because a lot refer to it really as one of their best wins of the season. One of the wins that was a signature win up until that Minnesota game on the same road trip that the Kings won, knocking off the Timberwolves for the first time on their home court in the season. But we look at the standings in the West. Sacramento currently at 5th in the West, sitting at 25-18. Oklahoma City still at the top, 32-13. And this Dallas team, they are at 8th right now, 25-20, as we said. And one thing, again, I want to talk about with this team, field goal attempts. You talk about De'Aaron Fox in your message there and, you know, him taking advantage of getting to the cup. And not just him, but the entire team. But you talk about him, his attempts this season so far from the field goal attempts per game, I should say, excuse me. January has been an all-time low month for De'Aaron this season at 18.9 attempts. Highest was 23.3 in October. Take it for what it's worth. They only had a game or two in October. I think they only had one. That would have been the Jazz game. December, both 21 and some change. So let's see if De'Aaron gets back to his way. And I think here's the other thing. You've got two games where Harrison Barnes is coming off a 32 and 39 point performances, respectfully. You got to keep going there. This game screams also of Keegan Murray from the mid-range. I just think the advantage is there for the Kings tonight. And this is one of those games that the Kings absolutely have the advantage for their taking. In fact, I think the spread on this game tonight is a little bit low. I think the Kings should be favored by more. Hey, as I always said, we would love to get your input on the show tonight. We're getting your chats in here, so we'll keep getting those in, but feel free to call. We would love to have you call the show. You can go ahead, and I put that in the chat, the link to call the show, and we'll open the show up later tonight on the post-game show with Grant, and then Jerry Reynolds, halftime, right here on If You Don't Like That. But you can hit that link in the chat, come up. Would love to take some phone calls. John, I was going to take your call. You fell off, but John, call back if you would like to. But again, Kings-Mavs tonight. This is a game. Kings, they put their formula to work that they used in Golden State, and even to a degree, the win before that. The Kings are actually should win comfortably tonight. Should. And they need to keep pace with the rest of the Western Conference. There's just no doubt about that. Guys, MC's the man. He always does this. Haunted Horse as well. Does it all the time too. 44 watching, 11 thumbs up. Give us more thumbs up. We would appreciate it. If you're watching on X, please feel free. Shoot us a line. We can see your comments there now as well. But yeah, please like, please subscribe if you haven't already. But Kings tonight, Kings come out. They put that formula to use that they've used the last couple nights, specifically getting to the free throw line. That is going to be really big in this game tonight. John, he's checking in now. Might have been on my head. All right, dude. Enjoy your dinner. John's always cooking something. Clippers annihilating Celtics. I was just going to get to the score update. When is the Nets watch party on PSF? Thanks for asking, Alberto. Good question. Watch parties, if we do some more of those in the near future, in the next couple of weeks, that will be me solo. Grant might hop on here and there. But we're looking to get those ramped up as the season gets a little bit down that home stretch. Some tech issues that we've dealt with, but they're a new app and they're doing a great job, by the way. Go check them out. Go check them out. Pro Sports Fans app, PSF app. They give you a seat at the table as a fan. It's a really fun experience, but just as good, and if not better, right here on If You Don't Like That. We always appreciate you having here. Kings-Mavs tonight, getting ready to go before we get out of here and send you off to the game on a busy night of sports, really busy night of sports and entertainment. Don't forget about Bennett's Westside Grill. You might be wondering, Paul, since you haven't watched from Manila yet this season, that's the new location for Brian and the team at Bennett's. That's located in the Blue Oaks Town Center in Rockland. We talk about their prime cuts of steak and seafood all the time, but we don't talk about their brunch as much. And I've been harping on the brunch lately because find me, put it in the chat, outside of McDonald's big breakfast with hotcakes, find me a better deal in Sacramento. You get 2 entrees, a full bottle of champagne. You get your juice to make the mimosas, $44 at Bennett's on the weekends. And then go check out their happy hour. They've got over 60 different types of wine by the glass. Go to Bennett'sRestaurants.com for more information, menus, reservations, gift cards, and more. That's Bennett's Westside Grill in Rockland in the Blue Oaks Town Center. All right, before we send you out to the game, let's get really quick to our man Baki in Serbia. Baki, what is going on, my friend?
Hey, hello.
Good evening. Welcome to the pregame show. What are your big night for you with Luka, huh? Strap it up.
I think Luka's gonna be really calm tonight.
Well, I'm sticking to it. It's going to be a big night from him, or it's going to be a small night. I don't think it will be in between.
It's very busy tonight in NBA, but those guys,
very
Clippers,
busy night.
Those Clippers guys, I don't know. I watch closely, and this is absolutely freaking awesome basketball.
Well, yeah, and Baki, thank you for the call. I know we'll probably be talking to you
Only
a
one
little
thing.
bit later.
May I ask you? I
Yes.
call only one question. I'm so curious to ask you this. If Kings hopefully win tonight, would you take those 4-3 in this road trip?
If they win tonight?
Yeah.
No. I think they've got to be 5-2 minimum. Grant and I both acknowledge the fact that Dallas, we did not realize they were on a back-to-back for the second time that the Kings play in Dallas. So I think knowing that now, knowing the Kings already got that win under the belt in Golden State and getting the momentum from that game, just psychologically, if nothing else, psychologically for this Kings team, I just think that those are really, really big factors tonight.
So 5, only 5.
5. I think 5-2 has got to be it. I think it's big factors tonight, big factors the rest of the road trip, considering those two things. So,
thank
Baki,
you,
my friend, we'll see you later on in the show. I am sure Baki will be back. Yeah, real quick about the Clippers. Here's the thing. Yeah, I'm with you, John. I'm with you. I am with you. Here's the thing about the Clippers. What scares me, and yeah, it's great basketball, Baki, but we don't want to see the Clippers right now playing this good of basketball. I mean, maybe we want to see them play really well now and bad later in the season, get the best out early. They're sitting at 29-14. I mean, to me, arguably probably the surprise of the Western Conference. the surprise of the Western Conference. Grant and many others may take exception with that. Maybe you do. Let me know in the chat, but I think the Clippers are the biggest surprise. And the surprise to me is traditionally, and before Harden got there, but even more so when Harden first got there, the guys took turns. The stars, Paul George, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, they all took turns going on their runs. It was never them kind of doing it at the same time. These guys are doing it at the same time right now. They can do it any which way. They're on a bender. But enough about the Clips. Let's get back to our Kings. Kings-Mavs getting ready to tip here in just a few minutes. Grant and I will be back at halftime with Jerry Reynolds, the one and only, right here on If You Don't Like That. And then we will have post-game coverage right here as well. We appreciate all of you being here. We got to get lights in really quick. Kings snuck back into fifth. The West is crazy. There you go. Yep. It's a crazy West. And interesting about Joel Embiid. And does he care? Does he not care? And I say that because they are playing the 76ers, the Nuggets right now in Denver. The reason I bring that up is because he's one of those guys that is such a difference maker for the Sixers. It changes the way that teams plan when he's going to be on the floor. The fact that he didn't play tonight, and that was seemed to be more of a rest management thing, and the Sixers still had people out. They showed up in the first half. It was tied going in, or close to tied going into halftime. And the reason I say it is that's what I want to see from the Kings. Like, I don't want it to be noticeable when the Kings have Sabonis or Fox out. If I would have turned on the Philadelphia game earlier tonight, I wouldn't have noticed in the first 2 or 3 minutes of watching the game that Embiid wasn't playing. Not because he wasn't on the floor. I would have assumed he was on the bench, but because of the flow of the game, the way the rest of the team picked it up. That's what the Kings need to do. But getting to John, we're going to give him the last comment. We just need to light the beam any way we can, and we hope the Kings will do that tonight. Kings-Mavericks, a hopefully very tired Dallas Mavericks team. Luka coming off of a career night, a NBA history-making night, 73 points last night against the Atlanta Hawks, and did it in one of the most efficient ways I've seen from a player, especially when you're talking about dropping 70 burgers. 70 burgers. So, all right, Kings, Dallas, getting ready to tip off. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Come right back at halftime. Jerry Reynolds. For everybody else at If You Don't Like That, I'm Ryan in Sacktown. We'll see you at the half. Thanks.